It's the Super MMA Bros. Who the freak are these guys? They're calling every fight, never wrong, always right.
Umar and Bautista. And that was, it wasn't the most exciting fight, but it showed off high level MMA. They're both good grapplers. Um, Umar, well, I remember Umar was able to take down Bautista quite a bit, but to give the other fighter credit, like he managed to not get submitted. He managed to keep getting up. He did like an ankle crank in the first round that looked painful. Like you saw the ankle was like really cranking on it, and like Umar was like kind of limping from the corner later in the fight, so it probably hurt him. But he did have heart that he didn't let that bother him, and Umar got caught by a good knee in the face that made him fall down, but he got right back up and like kept chain wrestling. It was kind of like the other person fighting Umar. He was pretty good at grappling, but he couldn't handle the chain wrestling with Umar. So like he'd get back up, and then Umar just immediately like take him down again, and like or he'd defend one takedown, and Umar switch to another type and just take him down and hold him. He didn't really do any damage to him with Umar. Like it was more like I'm gonna hold you down, threaten the submission. He barely did any punches, ground and pound most of it. Later in the fight, he landed a couple shots, but like nothing that really hurt him. So it was typical Dagestani game plan, like hug him and take him down and hug him on the floor. But it's high level hugging, high level Dagestani hugging. But against Marab, I don't know. I didn't see anything that improved. If you struggled with this guy, right? Like, could you think he can take out Marab as the next fight? I don't know. He's probably the hardest fight for Marab in a way, but I still think Marab beats him if he gets the title fight next. What do you think about that?
Yeah, Bautista actually showed a lot of heart, like especially started throwing like crazy in the third round. Even the first round, he was kind of, he kind of realized I can't stop the chain wrestling. I have to just go for it. And you could kind of, and you could see Umar's a little small for the division. He probably should drop down to 125, but he does Dagestani gay humping. And it worked, right? He got, and the lines actually, a guy was betting at the table, and the line, it was anyone at Vegas wouldn't take anything but a decision on on this fight because they know Umar was going to win by decision. Like, so it was like if you wanted to bet, like if you
Well,
actually
and
want to place
and
a
uh,
bet,
Bautista too is a decision merchant. He has like a couple submission wins. I looked it up before the fight, but everything else recently has been decision, decision, decision. So it's like neither of them are very good at finishing fights.
yeah, and me and the guys at the table were joking like we want to see Umar versus Marab too because we want to see trolling again. We want to see Marab saying jacuzzi during the press conference. We want to see Marab be like, "Let me tell you, I am going to take you down and make you tired." We want those moments, and we also want Marab doing the when the kick misses and then throwing him on the ground and pointing at him. That's what we want. Like, I don't think, to your point, that he wins. Umar's never going to beat Marab, but like, who else is Marab going to
Maybe
fight?
it's like there's a possibility like he could beat Marab, but I feel like Marab wins, but you never know, right? But like I think Marab is better just skill wise. Like Umar's close, but I think Marab does beat him. But you never know. Maybe he catches him with a lucky shot though, because Marab doesn't have any power in his hands though, is the thing. And like Umar occasionally can hurt people with the striking.
True, true, and he this fight was boring, but it wasn't as boring as the Dern one. But you could see why I got pissed off. It was like we had Umar, then we had Dern, and then we had a no contest. So it was kind of like you were kind of hoping, okay, we had a kind of boring fight with Umar, like, but it wasn't terribly boring. Then we
Come on, subscribe, don't hold back, or we gonna get Nate to hit you with a Stockton slap. You can trust us, we ain't like DC on a scale. Smash! Subscribe, don't fail, cause if you don't, we'll get John Jones to poke your eye so hard you're gonna